Happy Saturday. How you doing? Had a couple of combined lifters already this morning. Uh, After I did my 20 minutes of physical therapy, I got a list of exercises I need to do. One thing about arthroscopic surgery is that what's a little more important is post-surgery, you do the right procedure. Um, in a lot of cases, scar tissue develops around the joints, and that can cause a bigger problem at times than the actual scoping and removal of bone fragments and other tendon damage that's in there. My ex-wife, she had a bad shoulder injury, rotator cuff. And let's just say that they didn't give her the proper post-surgery treatment. And her shoulder was actually ended up worse than it was in the beginning. It completely locked up. She could not move it at all. They did it local here at Charlton Memorial Hospital over in Fall River. Auntie Billy's at St. Luke's here in Bedford. And this time she went to Mass General up in Boston. And it was much worse than the first time. Removing all the scar tissue, and what they did this time, which is what they had me do. Following day, after the procedure, they have you moving it. And it hurts like a motherfucker. And that's why, I was some painkillers for one day. But because it was my knee, I came home and a lot of ice, packed in a lot of ice. And on the second day already, and Auntie Billy knows all of them and the staff there, I had a regimen of what I had to do, and I've been doing it. And I'm going to continue to do it for the next 3 weeks. They want to keep that joint moving to prevent scar tissue buildup, because that will be a problem. They had to go in and operate a second time on my ex, and it was worse than the first time, and she had an even longer recovery process. And what they did right there when they were done doing her shoulder, they put a nerve block in her neck, and I watched them do it. It should be twitching and twitching. That's when they know they hit the right nerve, and it blocks all the pain. It was like from her lower ear all the way down, going down towards the middle of her rib cage. Completely numb. You could stab her with a knife, she wouldn't feel a fucking thing. And she had that nerve block in for 6 days. And every morning, and every afternoon, and every evening, therapists would go in her room because she couldn't feel anything. And they would take her arm and they would rotate it 360 and up and down. And without that pain nerve block, she would never have been able to withstand the amount of pain that a person would go through having that done. But that was so the scar tissue would not build up. She stayed fine after. She lost about a 15 to 20% range of motion just trying to put her arm above her shoulder. She couldn't go like this, only to about here, and that was about it. But, had to be done. So, and I got someone here that's not going to let me slack off on my home therapy. 20 minutes a day. I only have to do it once. So, they recommend I do it early in the morning rather than later in the day. So, I take their recommendation. I've been doing it. I can't cheat. She won't let me cheat. And I'm going to go through this for about another 3 weeks. It's in different stages. I'm on crutches right now. Next week I'll be off the crutches. And being able to put a little bit of weight on it. Move a little here and there. Laying flat on my back. Grabbing my knee. Pulling it up as far as I can. And right now I can pull my knee up about that much. And that's about it. Yeah. In a couple more weeks, I'll be able to get it back up where I used to be able to get it back up. And everything's going to be fine. It just sucks being in the house, not going out, doing things. used to do. But hey, that's what friends and family are for. They drop in. How you doing? There's something called the phone we used to talk on. And it'll change your lifestyle for a while, but it'll be okay. In the end, in the long run, it'll be okay. So what's been going on here in YouTube world? Well, the weather here, spring is creeping up. Now we're more in the mid 40s, the high 40s. We still get these good old New England freaky days. It'll drop down to fucking 25 degrees. Hey, like they say here in New England, if you don't like the weather, just wait a minute. You know what I mean? Something you might like will come your way eventually. So this bachelor weed is good, let me tell you. So that's about it. So what's been going on here in YouTube world? The Hatfields and the McCoys, they still have their family feuds going on. Know that spring is breaking in some areas. I'm not sure when the New England Dragway opens up. North Shore Nationals, that's later in the fall, right? That's later in the fall. See what happens with that. Have any new feuds started up? Any new YouTube civil wars amongst people started up? Any new trash talking? Any new threats? Gonna beat people up, gonna sue this one. I never got any papers from a lawyer saying I was gonna be sued. Oh, and by the way, to this day, to this very day, no one has come by here to kick my ass. And now would be the time to do it. I'm disabled. You might have a better chance at it. Anyway, listen, man. I just want to check in. I'm okay. I'm fine. Nothing to worry about. Hope everyone else is doing okay. And in the immortal words of Porky Pig, that's all, folks.